Hey friends, Abuja's development is highly regulated. It's not a city where you can buy a land and build whatever you like. It's not happening. They will not tolerate it. FCTA will not have issues tearing down illegal and unapproved structures. So before you buy a land, you're supposed to make sure that certain land fits in to your plan. So let's talk about it. How are you, my beautiful friends? How are you doing? I do hope you are trying your best to cope in these extraordinary, difficult times in the world. We will survive. Hang in, okay? It's gonna be okay. Thank you so very much for returning to my channel and for subscribing. I love you all. I wish I have a banquet of roses to send to you all, or should I give you an e-hug? I love you all. But anyway, in this episode, I'm going to discuss things that you need to check out before you even pay for a land in Abuja, the capital city of Nigeria, because Abuja is not playing. When it comes to regulating development in the city, they are very strict. They follow the master plan of the city. So it's not a place you can buy land and build whatever you want. It's not happening in FCT. Because guess what? The Federal Capital Territory Authority, FCTA, have no issues tearing down illegal and unapproved structures. Save yourself from some headache and surprises. Watch this video. But before we get into this episode, my people, please kindly help me subscribe and push the notification bell. Please share. Because this Abuja series is extremely important, okay? Hit the like button, please, okay? To get the YouTube algorithm to, share these videos. Most of the things that I'm discussing in this series, people have fallen victim of and have lost money. So let's get into it. Before you pay for a land, it is important to check out these factors. First of all, what do you need the land for? Do you need it for your residential home? Whatever you need the land for, you need to go to the town planning office in FCTA, Federal Capital Territory Authority, to find out what that area and land is designated for. Because Abuja have a master plan. It's a modern city. It's a brand new city that is under development. So they already have every part of the city on the blueprint, what it is designated for. And they are following it very strictly. They're not playing. In Abuja, that I've seen that Nigerian government is competent. Okay? But I think they are only competent when it comes to their personal space, because they want to make sure that Abuja is built to their standard, but not anywhere else in Nigeria. Okay? The way they are regulating this city really shows me that they are very competent in doing so many things, but they just don't care. Because competency and not caring are two different concepts. So, back to the topic. So, depending on what you want the land for, I would recommend that before you make that payment, because I didn't do this, before you make that payment, that you go to the town planning is on, under FCTA to find out what the area is designated for. Is it for commercial or residential use? Okay, what kind of neighborhood? Is it low, medium, or high density? What is the building that is recommended for that area? Okay, whether it's duplexes, block of flats, or bungalows. This is very important because you might be budgeting to build a bungalow and eventually find out that the land that you bought is not a place you can build a bungalow, and you will not build that bungalow. And then you have no budget to build a duplex. So this is why this is important. If you go to the town planning, if whatever that is designated for that area that you wanted to buy the land does not fit your budget, then don't pay for it. Try to find other areas that is on the master plan of Abuja that fits your budget. Not many people do this, but it's important. Now, what they call low density is like a high-brow neighborhood where the upper class and the upper middle class of Nigeria lives. It's mostly duplexes and it's low density. The density is mostly about the population. So if you're not prepared or don't have money, what it takes to keep up to quote and unquote the high-class Nigerians with super mega duplexes, so you have no business buying a land in a low-density area. Then what they call medium density are the places they designated for block of flats, apartment buildings. So medium density means that they expect, a more population of people in there. Even the place they're classified medium density and is mostly middle class neighborhood. So even in those places, you can still build your duplex if your land is less than 500 square meters. If it is more than 500 square meters, you are expected to build block of flats. And believe me, DC, that is Development Control Office, will give you a tons of headache. Then what they call high density is like a lower middle class or working class neighborhood that they expect to have like a medium range, lower range kind of houses. High density is not within the city of Abuja, maybe on the suburb of the city, So I just want you to know how they classify these lands and what they expect to be built in any of the neighborhood. So you need to go to the town planning and the development control offices under FCTA to find out the place that you are going to buy a land. What is it for? Because you will be shocked. As soon as it doesn't match what you want to do, you are stuck because you cannot convert it or go ahead to do what you plan to do because Abuja will not let you. That's about it with regards to residential land. If you are buying a land for investment, I know the investment is a land that you want to resell. You don't have a personal use for that. And sometimes people don't care what is designated for the investment land. So whatever is designated, you are going to resell it anyway. But there are certain things that you need to check out. Most of the land that they are selling now is not within the city of Abuja. Most of them is at the suburban cities or suburban towns. Like now, they are selling certain lands in Roseau and Caro, out of town, then before you get to Roseau. So I think they are, selling most of the FCTA, RO4 lands in that area. Okay, these places are not developed yet. It's just a complete barren natural lands. Okay, so it can be intimidating going out there to check a land, but you have to do it. All you have to do is to hire a surveyor. The surveyors have the data to show them, to direct them where that particular plot is, and to be able to show them the boundaries of the plot. So that's why you either have to go there or send someone. Surveyors are not very expensive. I think it's like, is it 5,000 or 10,000? Okay, so they can go there to look out for something, the nature of the land, because Abuja's topography is funny. The land might be on top of the hill, or half of the land might be hilly, and the other half of the land might be flat or might be in a valley. There might be a huge gully in the land, or a whole big old stream run through your land. All these factors will devalue that land. I mean, if you want the land for investment, you also want to know the value of the land. If you want to fix it, like if you want to fill the stream that runs through your land, you know how expensive that is. If you want to tear down the hill or the hilly part of your land, you know how expensive it is. No one with their right sense of mind is going to buy it from you, because they know how much it's going to cost to level the land. Even though that Abuja's real estate and construction companies have perfected the art of building edifices to match the topography of Abuja, but it will be done. The end result is going to give you a spectacular building, but you're going to spend money on that. You're going to spend money in tearing certain places down and refilling certain places. So that is why you need to go out there to check out, to find out what is the nature of the land that you're buying. You cannot buy a land without seeing it. I don't care whether it is residential or whether it is investment, because if it's a bad land, it's going to affect the value of the land. So at the end of the day, it's going to be a bad investment for you. Another thing to check out when buying a land outside of the city of Abuja in the suburb, you have to go there to check out to make sure that there is no village settlement around there. Because the original owner of Abuja, the Gwari people, okay, they have most of their village settlement around, the towns on the suburb of Abuja. So it might be that the land that you're trying to buy is very next to the village, and they're going to encroach on it. They're going to extend on your land and become an illegal tenant. They're going to build their structures on it, and there is nothing you can do. It's not easy to get rid of them from those lands. If you go there, they're going to threaten your life. So there's nothing you could do. And no buyer is trying to buy a land next to the village because they can be problematic. So you want to go check out to make sure that this land is nowhere in proximity to the village settlement, because they are coming for your land. The only people that can get rid of them may be the federal government, the Federal Capital Territory Authority. But the question is when, because they take their time, and they can only get rid of them when it is the last option or the last resort, when the development is almost in that area. Are you going to be waiting for 20 years or 10 years when FCTA is going to get rid of them? So that is what it is, before you end up paying for a land that the villagers is going to settle in and occupy, and there is nothing that you can do. So this is why I will encourage you to check out all these things. Thank you so much, my lovely people. Thank you for tuning in. Please smash the like button and share the video And this content for awareness is important, To make money in this world now is extremely difficult. So you want to make sure you are, investing and spending wisely. Thank you. See you in the next episode. Peace.